You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Oprah Winfrey Network, the Oprah Recap Show. We'll bring you all the highlights from the week in OWN and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's Oprah Winfrey Network, the Oprah Recap Show.
What is going on, America? What is going on, everyone out there in our AFTERBUZZ TV land, global land? What is happening? We are back. I'm your host, Brookshire, and this is another edition of the OWN, the Oprah Recap Show, where it's all about living your best life. You know, Miss Winfrey is all about doing everything you can, or everything that she can, about instilling into people how to live their best life, how to really go after their goals, their dreams, their admirations, their whatever they have on the inside of them, that they're able to figure out a way to reach that best self and take it to the next level. And so here, that's what we're all about. We're all about creating ways to be able to make that happen. So unfortunately, Mrs. Holyfield is not in the house with us today, so she's out on actually vacation, so hopefully she'll be back with us next week. Who knows? She may actually buzz in and get us, but we still do have the Dr. Phil in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So look, real quick. What we're going to do, it's a brand new year, and it's a brand new year to be able to have our mind and our focus right. And so basically how we're going to go about today's show was it's going to be just a one-on-one, me and you, and I'm going to be reading and grabbing a couple of key points that I think are going to be tools that if you take what I say and some of the different things that I've given you from what other people say and you apply it to your lives, you're going to be able to have a better year and a better future. However, for no further ado, we do have the words of the day, everybody. And the words are going to be of the day are going to be discussing that you are important and your ability is important and that you do have power. And when I say power, people, power is the ability to get results. When you say a person has power, when a person has the ability, to get results, that's what you're saying. When you say, that person is powerful, they get the job done. Now, here's 5 little promises that I want to throw out to you that you should keep for yourself and that you should make towards yourself. 5 little promises, and that's going to tie directly into our title for today, in which our title for today is going to be discussing 3 key elements to success in every area of your life. And that's going to be hitting from character, it's going to be hitting from ownership and branding yourself, and it's going to also be hitting from goal setting. And these 5 promises in our words of the day are going to be piggybacking off of what we're going to be talking about in our actual topic for today. And so the first thing that we're going to say in our 5 promises is going to be to listen more. All right. Everybody knows that you want to be able to listen more. And of course, faith comes by hearing. And this basically says to the people around you and also to your inner voice. On any given day, someone you know can have an idea that would change your life. So it's always better to be a receiver and to be able to receive information. Faith, again, comes by hearing. You only know and are able to do the things that you're able to do because you're taking things in either through your eye gate, your ear gate, and out of your mouth. That's how things get on your heart. That's how we're able to create with more, let's say, force whenever we get those things in. So you want to make sure that you're listening, because this makes a good point. You want to be able to listen to the people around you, and then you also want to be able to listen to your inner voice, because there is a little person that's on the inside that tells you. A lot of people don't strengthen that little person, but it tells you what's right. It tells you how to stay on course. It's that little voice that says, well, maybe I wouldn't do it like that, or maybe you should take it to the left or take it to the right. And it's important to take the time to listen to that voice, to mature that voice, just like a child matures and grows into a kid or toddler, into an adult, and then continues to move on into their life. You want to take that inner voice and grow that inner voice up. That's that little giant on the inside that if you continue to feed it with the right information, listening to not only, people that are around you, but growing that inner voice, you never know what can come to save your life and may be able to have you put yourself in the right position to be able to have all of the different blessings that you are looking for. Because it is true. Anytime that you think of something, someone else around you has a part of it, because success is a team effort. Success is not just something that we do by ourselves. And one idea, one piece of the puzzle from someone else could change your whole entire life. That could be the main piece that you were looking for. So make sure that you know to listen more, people. Stop doing as much talking and make sure that you're listening. Now, you may ask educated questions, but just make sure that you are learning to be a better listener. A second thing on the 5 promises that you want to make to yourself is going to be to be more patient and less impulsive. To think things through before taking action. No decision is so important that it can't wait for you to review it. You may realize it has to be done ASAP, a little later, or not at all. So again, this is all about counting the costs. Anytime that you're getting ready to go on any type of mission, any type of, new project, any type of new anything, you want to be able to first sit down and you want to be able to be patient and count the costs. Don't just jump into things. You want to be able to be patient and count the costs. Do I have enough money? Do I have enough resources? Do I have enough time? Do I have enough energy? Do I have the tools that I need to be able to make an educated decision? Because knowledge and understanding has no right if you have no wisdom to be able to apply it, because life is a series of decisions, people. So you want to make sure that you're patient when all those decisions and those opportunities come your way. You want to make sure that you are patient and that you are not as impulsive to just make a decision, because you never know. When you take the time to evaluate, you will know then if the decision needs to be made ASAP, if that decision needs to be made a little bit later, or you may realize that, you know what? I ain't got to even make the decision at all. So it's really no point to even have the decision, let's throw it out. All right. So third thing that we want to be able to bring up in our 5 promises is to consistently evaluate your performance, everyone. We are daily, we are out there doing whatever it is that you do, whether it's being a school teacher, whether it's a doctor, it's a lawyer, motivational speaker, a businessman, a philanthropist, an entrepreneur. Maybe you're a pastor or a community leader. You want to make sure that you're realizing that and seeing how you can improve on a daily basis. So you just never get stagnant. Never feel like you're doing it, you're just doing enough. There is always room for growing. One of my biggest things that I like to encounter and put into people was to always remain teachable. Because when you're able to remain teachable, then you're able to grow and bounce and flow from any situation, even down to death of another person, anything. When you remain teachable, even down to those extreme situations, you will be able to take life. You will be able to take those different lessons that are happening around you and look at them as life lessons. And you take those things and you add them to you and you become stronger, you become wiser, and you're able to move forward with a different type of force, with a different type of power, because not any and everything is just going to be able to take you out or take you down. So you want to constantly evaluate your performance to see how you can work on those weak areas possibly. Are there any holes? Are there any places that need to have improvement? So definitely make sure that you are constantly checking yourself. And then if you hear other people coming around that have, strong opinions and that are educated and that they're business people, it's okay if they have a track record of being successful to be able to listen, like we said in number 1, to some of their opinions and garbage. If it's garbage, put it in the garbage, but they may say a nugget that could actually help take you to the next level of improving yourself. And I always say when it comes to mentorships, and there's called a serendipity mentorship, where you can take in information from everything. This person down the street, the bum on the corner, supposedly, the person bagging groceries, the doctor, you know, the woman walking across the street and just smiling. You can take something from everything when you deal with the Serendipity's mentorship. So make sure that you're improving yourself on a daily basis. Check your performance, people. 4, and our 5 promises and our words of the day is going to be to do not push so hard, people. I know that it's important to be focused, but remember, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. And when we can think it, when we're able to think it, it is a living, breathing element now that exists in this universe when we're able to think it. It is almost like a birth that has taken place when we're able to think it, hold on to it, and do something with it. And when I say that, that means realizing that you don't have to depend on solely just you. When I say don't push so hard, meaning that, yes, it's okay to be focused. Yes, it's okay to be able to have goals. Yes, it's okay to work hard and to study and to be on your craft. However, you're not the end result. It's not always just about you. You know, it is a team effort. You do want to be able to know that, yes, prayer, when other people are praying for you, that's important. Opportunities, when people give you opportunities, those are certain things that don't always have to work with you. That's what we call favor. And sometimes favor ain't always fair, but favor is definitely something that happens when you believe that it's supposed to happen for you. And then the windows of heaven open up, the windows of all these different opportunities. People come from the north, south, east, and west coming to offer you opportunity. So if you're able to listen, like we said in number 1, you're able to be patient and not impulsive to make educated decisions. If you're able to constantly be checking your performances, to be able to know that you're improving yourself when it's time for you to bump into the right people, to move your ship along, you will realize that it's a team effort. And that goes straight into our next and our final promise, which is to remember that life is a team effort. It isn't just one thing that you're going to do by yourself. You got to remember that you can also keep in mind that there is a power greater than you in a whole team. When 2 come together, there's a certain power in the law of 2. When 2 come together, they even tell you, even biblically, if something happened to you and you out in the cold and you ain't got nobody else there with you, I mean, you ain't even got nobody to even keep you cold. I mean, keep you warm. It's always best if something happened to you, nobody even know how to find you. Nobody knows where you are. It's something in having an effective team. My auntie, the author of the movie Soul Food, Dr. LaJoyce, she, best-selling author LaJoyce, she believes in creating a village of great people. I was a part of that village when I was younger. So if you have anyone come in and that effective team is going to be able, you might have photographers, you might have makeup artists, you might have producers, you might have, housing people, so many different things that you may have in place to be able to create that village, that healthy team. But remembering that there's a synergy that comes when 2 or more come together. And when 2 or more comes together, that synergy is undeniable, whether it's good or bad. That synergy comes and actually creates beyond our wildest imaginations. So just remember this, people. Power is there. You do have power. And going into, when we go into these topics right after our quick commercial that we're going to put in, we're going to be discussing a few key topics, which is going to be character. Again, it's going to be taking ownership, branding yourself, making sure people know who you are once you realize who you are. And then also the importance of setting goals, because with each goal that is set, that's going to give you the focus, that's going to give you the energy, that's going to give you the vision to reach with both hands for something with substance to be able to take you into our next level. So really quick, we want to let you know that we are here at the AFTERBUZZ Studios, everybody. We are buzzing. Make sure you come and buzz us at 424-256-1729. Again, that's 424-256-1729. Tune in, call in if you have any questions, any comments that you want to have. But again, this show is pretty much hitting directly to the meat of things. And me, Brookshire, your host, taking some of the information that I have on the inside of me and just making sure that I give it to you in a way that you can understand it. Also, make sure that you check us out for any of the recaps on this show at that's LOV923.com. That's www.lov923.com. You should see that at the bottom of the screen here. You can also hit me up on Twitter, and you can find me at Twitter at Brookshire123. Very simple. Brookshire123 at Twitter. And you can also find me at lov.lov923 LOV923.com. And again, for all of y'all folks out there that are looking for internet service, cable service, Sprint phones, whatever it is, you're looking for shopping, accessories, definitely when you go to LOV923.com, click on one of the tabs, one of the advertisements for Sprint, and it's going to take you straight into one of our vendors that will have amazing discounts for you on anywhere between 25 to 85% off of different services, some of the same services that you already have, okay? So make sure that you keep your eyes out on that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you straight into our topics for today, which, again, is going to be the 3 key elements to success in every aspect of life. And that's 3 key elements to success in every aspect of life. And the first one that I want to discuss with my global community out here is going to be the importance of character. Okay, the importance of character is amazing. People always say, a wise man told me once, his talent is like table salt. Everybody has talent. Everybody has salt. You can find salt everywhere you go. But the character is going to be that meat. That's going to be whatever you like. If you're a vegetarian, it's going to be your vegetables. If you are your fish, if you are a meat eater, it's going to be your steak. It's going to be that substance that you can sprinkle that talent on and make it and take you to the next level. It's going to be that thing that fills you up. That's where your character is going to be. And that character, true character is going to be able to benefit and bless and uplift anyone that is around you. You want to know a person with true character? When you see them, you're going to get happy. When you see that individual, it's going to be something about them that's going to radiate confidence. It's going to radiate care. It's going to radiate joy, love, peace, harmony, excitement. It's going to radiate somebody that is full of life and that they want to express it. Even if they don't speak to you, you're going to see that person and you're going to want to become more. You're going to want to be happier just by looking at them interact with themselves. That is what true character is. Now, of course, when you're doing your research and you're looking around and you're digging, I was doing a little bit of digging and I went and got the definition of what they put in the dictionary of character. And character is described as, when they really break down character, they break down character into the characteristics of a person. And your characteristics are broken down into features and traits that the individual or that person, place or thing has necessarily. Your features and your traits. So your features and your traits are going to be, who are you? What are you made up of? When you look at who this individual is, who is this individual? What are their features? What are their traits? Your features or your traits could be, does this person cook? Does this person clean? Is this person a nice person? Are they a friendly person? Are they a helpful person? Are they a creative person? Are they good with their hands? Can they sing? Can they dance? Are they talented? Are they creative? This is going to give you the substance of who this individual is. Are they calm? Are they good to easy to get along with? Are they a learner? Are they teachable? These are all the features and traits that a person has that breaks down to their characteristics. All right. So another thing that I was reading was that Ralph Waldo Emerson broke down character. And this is what he said about character. He said, this is which we call character, a reserved force which acts directly by presence and without means. A reserved force that acts directly by presence. And without means. What's going on? Okay, my bad. Yeah. Holding the paper too high. I got you. So, a reserve force. Yeah, I need to make sure that y'all can see me. All right, a reserved force which acts directly by presence and without means. So when I was sitting back and I was kind of trying to get the meat of what was he saying, because just the regular part of that kind of gives you like a reserve force. We remember, power is the ability to get the job done. Force is a portion of power because that intense force allows things to be able to happen. It gets things moving. Force is that action that gets it to move to the next level. And so when I listened to this and I said a reserve force that acts directly by presence, it made me sit back and say, the now. Let's get into the now. The now is all that we have. All we have is what's happening right now. The past doesn't exist. It's nothing but a word. It doesn't exist. The future, it doesn't exist right now. All we have is the now. And in this now, if we're able to take our character, our characteristics, our traits, and our features, all the things that have been poured on the inside of us that we now believe and take hold of, if we're able to take those and stay in the now, in the presence, it gives us this force. It's a reserved force which acts directly by presence. So when it's almost kind of like understanding who you are, knowing who you are, and that presence in that moment gives you this force, this power that changes people's lives. So like I said, remember, true character is going to change the lives that are around you without even having to try. All right. So that's what I'm getting from this, that once you understand your character, your characteristics, your traits, your features, you understand who they are, they act directly by presence, and they give you a force that you don't even have to try. You don't have to even try to make change. Change is already happening because you've already been working on the you on the inside. And it says without means, directly by presence and without means, meaning you don't even have to try to make it happen. Okay. So you just got to remember this, people. When you're on this mission in life, no matter if you have the talent to get the job, your character is going to be able to help you keep the job. How many people do you know, or artists or entertainers that you know, that have started off and never got a chance to really develop the character that they needed, but yet they had all the talent in the world and they had to learn how to grow up and learn how to be who they are on the tabloids or on the TV screen or on the news blogs or on the media because they didn't have a chance to learn those tools or those important tools before their talent blew them to the next level. So you want to make sure that you keep that in mind, the importance of your character, people, because it is really, really something. It is really, really something that's going to take you to the next level. It's going to help you to hold on to whatever you have. Remember, don't focus so much on creating your talent as much as you focus on developing the person holding the talent. The talent is only one part of who you are, but your character, your characteristics is your brand. And that's going to take us into our second situation. Our second one is going to be going into ownership and branding. And when I say ownership and branding, okay, let's break this down. When I mean ownership, it's basically taking control or taking charge over what's happening in your life, what's happening present. You want to be successful in the areas of life, and these are the elements into being successful. You have to take ownership over your situations. You have to. You just have to. And confidence comes into that, because if you're in a situation that you don't believe you have any control over it, then you have no degree in being able to change it. If you're in a situation that you don't believe you have created, and, you know, again, thoughts are things, nothing comes into our orbit without us somehow welcoming it or allowing it, even if it's nothing but our thoughts, even if it's down to the thought process of the whole situation. So ownership, take ownership. A lot of people, even biblically, they'll come and say, oh, God gave me this, or this person gave me that. No, take ownership over your lives, people. Take ownership over the things that you have and start making educated decisions to move forward. And that's directly where character comes in at. Because once you understand your traits, your features that you display, you know what those traits and those features are. You understand who you are. And you decide now to take confidence in who you are. And now you move to the part of, now I want to brand who I am. This is who I am. I'm Brookshire. Okay. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a life coach. I'm a businessman. I'm a philanthropist. That's who I am. My goal is to be able to help put out, I'm a teacher, to take this information in and to be able to articulate this information, to be able to give it to my audience, which is you. Okay, that is who I am. I take ownership over that. I take it. With taking ownership over that, I now have confidence in those traits. Now, with the confidence, the way the thoughts work, the way the mind works, the way the law of attraction works, the way the law of creation works, which we understand the law of attraction is once we hone in on what we want and we understand who we are, that's the ownership part, we attract situations to us. Now, once we attract the situations to us, with the right character, understanding your traits, and your features and the right ownership, understanding who you are and taking control and taking charge over your situation, now you know how to effectively brand yourself. Now you know how to solve a problem. And when you look at society, people, and the keys to life, everyone that has something is solving a problem. A wise man once told me, he said one of the keys to 31 keys to becoming a millionaire, which is a good book that I was reading by Michael Murdoch, he had put in there, one of the things was, have you identified clearly the problems in your life or the problems that you're able to solve in other people's lives? Have you identified clearly? When you look at all of the traits and the features that you have in your characteristics, and you finally now put yourself in the position where you're taking ownership over that, over who you are, over your destiny, over your goals and your dreams, now you can take that and you can come clearly and say, this is what I can do. This is who I am and this is what I can provide. That's where the branding part comes in at. This is who I am as a brand. And now I can start creating situations to where I can fill voids in people's lives. If you need some motivation, here we go. If you need some encouragement, here we go. If you need an apartment, if you need a house, if you need to be able to get information out there, this is where you're able to find, once you understand who you are, you're able to brand it and identify it. And once you're able to identify it, now you're able to create opportunity. You're able to be a problem solver. And people pay great dollars for people that know how to solve problems. Because in life, if you got a job right now, any one of you out there in America that's working, and everybody usually have to pay some bills if you're over a certain age, if you call yourself grown or independent, that means you have the position that you have because you're able to solve a particular problem for whoever your employee is. You're able to create funds. If you're able to produce money, you're solving whatever problem that is. Now, we want to make sure that we put a little sidebar and say we want your problems to be, or the problems that you're solving to be positive. Because there's a lot of different ways. My grandpa used to always say there's enough ways in the world for everybody to have their own, and there's a lot of different strokes for a lot of different folks out here. But you want to make sure that what you're doing here and what we're instilling into you here on OWN, the Oprah Recap, is things that are going to take you to your best life, the best possible outcomes for you in this next year and just the years to come, because you are somebody. You are important. You are someone that has power. You were put here on this earth at this time with the way that you are and the unique skills that you have to be able to make a difference in this world for you, for someone else, somewhere, somehow. And it is our destiny, our jobs, and I'm your role guy. Use me as your tour guide. And Miss Oprah and all the rest of us, Tyler Perry, all the rest of us that are out there that are really taking you to the next level and educating you and guiding you through our visions. We are here to make sure that you are prepared when we go into the next set of journeys, because life, again, is a series of decisions. And when those decisions come, you're going to need to make sure that you have the character to be able to handle and make the correct choices when those decisions present themselves to you. So really quick, we want to take you into a quick commercial plug. Again, we are AfterBuzz TV. You can definitely hit us up at 424-256-1729. Again, we are live. That's 424-256-1729. You can also make sure that you check out OWN out here in the LA area. OWN comes on channel 219, but check your local listings to be able to figure out where it is. It really is a channel that you want to have coming on. Jess started off with Oprah's next new chapters. This week, she's going to be doing Joel Osteen, so that should be great. She already did Steven Tyler. We have some things coming on with Tyler Perry, so it's gonna be some amazing interviews and things like that that you really want to be a part of. So definitely check out Oprah OWN, the OWN network on 219, or go to your local listings, and definitely check her out also on Oprah.com as well. And then again, you can definitely check the recap show here on LOV923.com. That's LOV923.com. Click on the Sprint buttons, go pay your bills, go shopping, do what you need to do, because it's amazing discounts, anywhere between 25 to 80% on the site. So definitely go to LOV923.com, click on one of the ads, the Sprint ads, or any of the banners that are there, and they'll be able to take you to your shopping sprees that you're looking to be able to do. All right. So real quick, we're going to take you back into our topic a little bit more of our topic and really going into our last point before we get up out of here of the 3 key elements for success in every element or every area of your life. And our third one is going to be goal setting. Now, so many people, I've spoke about this at different schools and different churches and different things. Goal setting is one of your most important, I wouldn't say it's one of your most important, but the goal part gives you the vision. It gives you the focus. It gives you the tools that you need to be able to hold on to something. It's almost kind of like that tangible piece of paper that you write out. It's the action plan. And you want to be able to set your goals in the areas of prosperity, wholeness and prosperity of every area. So that's your money. You want to have goals. What kind of money do you want to make? You know, do you see yourself a millionaire? Do you see yourself out of the position that you're in right now? Can you say to yourself as a goal that today is the poorest I will ever be? Today is the poorest I will ever be. So wherever you are right now, can you set a goal to say that today is the poorest I will ever be, and make sure that you never reach where you are? So if you already are good, you're going to be great. If you are a little bit down, you're going to always step yourself up, because we're never going to go back. We're going to always reach forward. What about goal setting in your mind? How do you want your mind to be? You know, your mind, oh my goodness, your mind is one of the most important parts of your body. Your mind is more important than anything else that you have going on, because without a healthy mind, you can't take care of yourself. Again, I heard a wise man tell me that he doesn't believe in investing more money inside of his clothes in his closet versus the education that he puts inside of his mind. Because without a healthy mind, you can't take care of yourself. You can't feed yourself. You can't love your family. You can't love your friends. You can't do the job on this earth that you were put here to do. You can't reach for your goals or your dreams without a healthy mind. The battle is in the mind. So what are your goals, people, to be able to protect your mind? What are you putting in your eyes? What are you taking in your ears? What are you saying out your mouth that's getting in your heart, that's allowing you to believe certain things, that's challenging your energy? What are you allowing to see that's distracting you to keep your mind from the focus points that you need to be in? Because you want to stay focused, people. Your mind is one of your most important places to keep goals in place so it stays on track. Give it an assignment. Give your mind an assignment, and it will produce the results that you need if you give it the right assignment. Because good or bad, whichever way you want to put it, we get results, good or bad. We are the only species that, good or bad, we are going to get results regardless, because we're kings at our rights. We're creative beings at the end of the day. So good or bad, whether you think you can or you think you can't, how they say it, you're pretty much right. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are pretty much right. Goals in your emotions. Oh my goodness, I have to say this. Do you know how many people around the world that are being ran by their emotions because they've never taken the time to get their emotions on track? They never took the time to control that emotional part, and their emotions run them. People, your emotions were put here for you to benefit from them, for you to control them, for you to have pleasure from them, to be able to feel, touch, taste, sense, all your senses, all those things come to enjoy life, love, happiness, joy. All those things were put here for you to be able to enjoy. They weren't put here for them to rule and run you. That's why you have a mind, and that's why you have a mouth. Because when you have your mind in check and you understand how to have your mouth in check, even when distractions come, and trust me, they will come. If you are reaching for your destiny, people, if you are on track, if you want to be an actor, model, singer, dancer, anything, if you want to be any goal that's bigger than where you are right this second, you are going to go through distractions. You're going to go through the valleys. You're going to go through the ups and the downs. You're going to go through things that are going to target your emotions, to make your emotions offense, being irritated, agitated. You're going to go through things that are going to challenge your development. And henceforth, while we were talking about the teachable part and the words of wisdom is so important, is because when they come, you almost absorb it and you're able to take it and blossom from it. They always say you can tell a person that is destined for success, are destined for greatness, is through the adversity, they glow, they shine. Through all the turmoil, through all the things, it can be hell on earth all around them, but they are still staying focused. They are still staying on top of things. You look at Oprah's life, you look at Tyler Perry's life, you look at Jim Carrey's life, you look at Steven Tyler's life, you look at any of these people that are actually successful out here's lives. Everybody went through their emotional roller coasters, but they had to understand how to take control over certain thoughts. They had to learn how to take control over that ego. It ain't that big of a deal. So you need to make sure that you have your goals in place to keep that joker checked, okay? Also, goals in your relationships. Goals in your relationship. What do you want out of life? You know, do you know what a real friend is? Do you have them? Do you have goals set? Do you have goals in place to how people are supposed to treat you? Action plans in place. Do you have goals for your body? Are you in the gym on a regular basis? Are you taking care of this shell that you have, this temple that is taking you and transporting you and doing all the things that you need to be able to do? Because people, you got to remember that we are a spirit, and we have a spirit, a soul, and inside of this body. That spirit and soul is inside of this body, and that's why we're able to move and maneuver. But you need to take care of it. You can't eat and do and beat it up or let other people treat it and abuse it any kind of way that they want to, because you need that body to take you into the greatness that you need to be into. Those feet and those legs and those hands and that heart and that head and those eyes and that hair and that waistline, all of that is going to be able to go into your destiny with you. And you don't need it broken down. You don't need it sick. You don't need it beaten up, and you don't need it half working, especially if it's supposed to be working. Speak positive towards yourself and towards your environments. People, make goals into your mind to speak positive into yourself, okay? And then the last thing is spiritual goals. Where are you spiritually? What is your foundation? I look at it like this. There's a difference between a good idea and a God idea. I always tell people you go from sticks to steels. You remember the little pigs, you know, you go from sticks to steel. Whenever you take out one O, you drop one O, you go from sticks to steel, from a God idea to a good idea. It is so important to have the right foundation that you're coming from. You know, understanding who you are at the end of the day. All these different religions and spiritualities are out there are pretty much talking about one God, even though there's so much separation and there's so many other things that are taking place. But understanding that even in that God that they're talking about, we were made in his image, creative beings. We're able to create. And in that spirituality, got some goals to be able to understand how to gain more strength, how to gain more wisdom inside of who and what spirituality that you're holding on to. For instance, for me, I believe in God. You know, I believe in I'm a believer in that he can heal, that he will deliver, that he will take care. So what is your goals? What do you believe? Where are you at when it comes to that? And are you making it goals to be able to learn more every day? Every day. I'm a firm believer the same way that you eat 3 or 4 times a day, that's the same amount of information that you should be taking into you to make yourself your best self. Have you ever pictured what you would look like, or what it would look like if you were your best, at your best? At your best, can you see your best self? For most of us, it would probably scare the heck out of you if you saw who you really could be. But there is greatness. There is greatness on the inside. And in order to reach that greatness, you need to make sure, and I'm a salesman, that you have yourself an action plan. And before we get up out of here, I want to make sure that you understand what this action plan is and the steps to be able to have an action plan. Your first thing inside of your action plan is you want to make sure that you write down your objectives in life, no matter what it is. You want to set goals. You want to reach a certain point. You want to be somebody. You want to work on your character. You want to work on your traits, your features. You want to work on that ownership, that branding. First goal you want to do is write out your objective. What is it that you want out of life? What is it that you see? What is it that you want? Your second thing is to be able to count up the time and the cost of how long is it going to be able to take to get to that point. All right. When do you need it by? What are the time constraints that you need to have to be able to make this happen? Is this a goal that you can reach over time? Or is this something that you need to be able to do right now? Like we were saying, the impulse, be patient. Your third thing is going to be identify the obstacles that could possibly come in. Okay? You want to make sure that you have either a team or yourself that are able, once you put your objectives in place and realize, okay, I need to get to New York. That's my goal. I need to get to New York. How long is it going to take to get to New York? Well, when I look at the MapQuest, it says it's going to take 12 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours to get to New York if I'm in a different part of the country. 15 hours to get there. What are your objectives? Okay, I got to make sure my tires are good. I got to make sure that I have the gas, the appropriate gas, the toll fees. I got to make sure that I got food, that my oil is changed, that I'm secure, that I'll be able to get there, that the pressure is right, the mine is right. There's not a lot of traffic. There's no accidents. There's no storms that's going to be coming in. What are the objectives that can come into place when you're reaching for all of the goals that you're reaching for? And meaning when we're talking about goals, talking about prosperity, wholeness. Now, the fourth thing is going to be the people. What about the people that are coming in? The people that are coming in to be able to help you. Have you been able to identify who, when, or where are these people going to come from? Do you know who these people are that are going to come and make a difference in your life, that are going to come and help you in the next path to where you need to be? And then the last thing, or one of the next things, is going to be create a plan to get the help. Do you know how to get the help to the people? All right, I want to create a business. I need a loan. Have I created all the things that I do? I got the business plan. Do I know how to get to the appropriate individuals to get them to hear what it is that I'm proposing, what it is that I want to get what I need? If they don't know, like I say, a closed mouth don't get fed. If they don't know, then you ain't going to get the results that you're looking for. And then the last thing is put down the results when completed. When you've completed the job and you've completed it, check it off your list and create some new goals. Check it off your list and create more. Because in any business, any plan, in any branding, in any idea, every idea starts off drowning. Every idea starts off in the infant stage, just like a newborn baby. It's the same exact process from the idea, from conception of the idea to knowing that you're pregnant with something, to being able to develop that idea into the next level, to being able to have the birth of actually having the business, to be able to have that business that you have or that dream that you've always wanted, you're living in it now, and then also being able to keep it, growing it up. That's like a child. You want that child not to die at birth. You want that child to grow up into it's a grown man and have kids of its own. That's other businesses, other projects. Brand yourself. So in life, people, as we get ready to go into our real quick commercial plug for AfterBuzz TV, you want to make sure that you're hitting the areas that you need to hit. Your character, you want to make sure that you're owning it. And then when you own it, you want to brand it. Let people know what you're good at. And then you also want to make sure that you are setting goals consistently. We are AfterBuzz TV. We're going to take you into a quick commercial plug, and then we're going to come back with what I know for sure, and then we're going to take you on out of here. This is AfterBuzz TV. I'm Brookshire, your host. We're going to be right back with you.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
What do you want to buzz about? I love that last part of that commercial for some reason. I don't know if it's just repetitive hearing it or is it just smooth. Okay, everybody, we are back on the OWN, the Oprah Recap Show, where we are all about living your best life. And again, I'm your host, Brookshire. And this particular show was all about making sure that you have the tools that you need. So as you're taking your next steps in life in this new year and the years to come, that you have some nuggets that you can take along with you. And on this part right here is going to be the little segment that I always love to do, and that I got from my inspiration, Mrs. Oprah Winfrey, was the one thing that I know for sure. And the one thing that I want to leave with you that I know for sure, and I might leave two things with you that I know for sure, is one. I know it's not the two things I know for sure, but I need to do this. Is one of them is going to be thoughts or things. Remember, thoughts are just like you can't see. Radio waves that exist, that are existing all around us, running through us to be able to make happen. Thoughts run on the same type of frequency, and sometimes when you have the right intention behind them, they run even. That's when you can think about something. You have that incident when you can think about someone, and then poof, there they are. Yeah, that's thoughts coming things in the right vibration, in the right alignment. And then the next thing will be that I would have to be able to say is the ability to be able to transfer your vision to others. And when you think about that, at the end of the day, you want to be able to communicate. When your character's right, it transfers your vision to others, because your traits and your character, without having to be said, remember we said the true character is going to make other people want to be their best. So that's a part of who you are, your vision transferring. When you're taking ownership and branding yourself, you're putting that vision out there. And when you're setting goals and you're bringing other people in, your vision now is becoming more, solid. So the one thing that I can say for sure was really learn how to transfer your vision to other people and articulate your vision to other people through your thoughts, through your words, and through your body language and your character, your ownership, your branding, and your goal settings. Because at the end of the day, you better, if you want something out of life, you better know how to get people to know, because a closed mouth don't get fed. You better know what you want and have the boldness to go after it, people. Again, we're about to take you into the raps. We're closing this show out. Where the mind goes, I always tell everyone, where the mind goes, the body really, really does follow. That was the one thing that I know for sure also. The mind goes, the body follows. Thank you again, DJ
Street Dr. Phil.
Street Dr. Phil. A lot of words is coming out. We appreciate you coming on, man, and making sure that we sounding good again. And remember, everybody, you can definitely check us out on LOV923.com for the recaps of the Oprah show. Just click on the 3 keys to success and, get some more information about this. Definitely tune into us again live here, right here at 4:15. Right here at Ustream.tv, AfterBuzz TV. And then you can also make sure you check us out on the downloads. iTunes us, download us at AfterBuzz TV. Download us, the Oprah Recap. Everybody loves Oprah. So come in. She gonna be in here soon, chilling with us and adding some more to us. So definitely look forward to that. And again, my name is Brookshire. Where the mind goes, the body follows. Keep your mind right, your body tight, and always remember, you are somebody. Act like it. Until next time, this is Brookshire, and this is OWN.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.